Hello again. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. This is eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I'm here to bring some more intuitive messages because that's what you want to hear. Like, share, subscribe as you like it, as you can agree with it. Take what resonates, leave off what doesn't. Let's see. I don't have anything laid out yet. We're gonna read and see what does the Most High want us to know. Or better yet, what's going on in this partnership? I've been on this partnership kick lately. What goes on inside this partnership? What's the strength of it? Brilliant beliefs. 45, the number 45 is significant. It can break down to a 9 as well, or a 1. Brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, personal power, major influence. Look at what is that light she has in her hand? Luminous life force. That's the strength of this connection. And on the bottom of it is clairvoyancy, inspiration, interpretation, trust. So I'm hearing that their intuition, their supernatural abilities is the strength of this relationship. Maybe because they're met with higher purpose. They're not a normal couple. They're not considered what's a normal couple. But interestingly speaking, they're not mistaken for like warlocks or witches or anything dark or negative. People really give them their respect, their flowers. They have like a positive. People have a positive. They take to them. They take kindly to them. That's how they say it. How does the elder say it? That's merciful. People wonder, it's like, if you have supernatural abilities, do you ever make errors of judgment? Well, yeah, of course you do. You can. It's not like you don't take moments to rest and rejuvenate and kind of like tap out of it and that's how you get grounded. It's not all spiritual and no practicality. You have to balance both. What else? Here we go. Birthing a new age. I see these two as being like creative people who are artists, magician energy, like Virgo energy. They both embody that Virgo energy, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. They spend a lot of time creating their own world, building their own house, their own friends, their own everything. And on the bottom of that, laying the seeds, laying down the foundation. I see independent contractors. They're designing a house or designing a space, as they say. I'm designing a space for my creative endeavors. I didn't even shuffle the cards yet. Look what's on the bottom. Priestess. Seed in the light, divine plan. I see these two creating vision plans, marketing plan, business plan, financial plan. I see a budget. Oh, that's real dope, what I just saw. Not that they turn their nose up at their former friends, but they have a lot of new ones on account of what they're accomplishing, on account of what they're manifesting right now. They still love their friends. Okay, I get it. Their old friends are not considered their friends anymore. They moved into the family-oriented space because they're longtime friends. If you've been my friend for 7 years or longer, we're family. So they have these new friends, and they all work well together. With that Page of Pentacles right there on the bottom. The sun, illumination, bright ideas, brilliant beliefs, They have a real creative way of teaching the people, teaching the community, how to block jinns and teaching people about God. But they have such a spunky way of doing it. I see Sex in the City. How creative those girls are in their friendship, how they all just look like they have the perfect life. That's how these two make what they do, what they're called to do, look super cool. And with the Seven of Wands, that's creating a website or creating a foundation via social media, using social media platforms. You're told to keep it private, members only. To keep the riffraff out, to keep people from putting eyes on you out. Like, people have to go through certain steps to be accepted. That would be like Facebook. You can set it for private. Even Instagram too, but I see Facebook with this. Because Facebook is kind of family oriented, if you ask me. So, Hermit, introverted, inner wisdom, looking into that innate wisdom, introspective. I'm gonna put that on top of the clairvoyant card. I like how all the, like, look at the reds and stuff. That's so pretty. Passion. Seeking wisdom, seeking knowledge. Listening to those electrical hits. I call them electrical hits. They're shock waves. That's what I hear. Shock waves. That's the nickname for the downloads. For what you need to do next. Again, that priestess is on the bottom. I'm gonna pull it out here. I said something about that magician energy, because Hermit is Virgo energy as well. Birthing new age. Birthing new creations. King of Wands. Absolutely. And I think that's both of y'all energy. Because you're both our leaders, natural leaders. And with the Anna, with the grandmother of Jesus card, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. If you look at the illustration, there's like different people doing different things at the bottom. So if you think about, say you live in a city or a town, and everybody if you look at, from the time you start your day, you're a person who gets up and you head out your house, you transition to whether you're going to school or work. The trash truck people, the police officers, the people who have storefronts, the people who crossing guards. Everybody's role is significant with building and keeping the community up and running, with keeping the city up and running. That's what the grandmother of Jesus card is about. So with the King of Wands, and that's clarifying the card, birthing a new age. The King of Wands is a great business person, a parental figure as well, a passionate person, a good-looking person, super sexual, and he used that sexual energy with the priestess there. That's and the hermit, like, that's intense. Like, that's the prestige right there, without no dark magic. That's just the prestige. That's the cat's meow. They put that purr. I wish I could roll my tongue, because that would heavily emphasize on what I want to say. And the cat's meow. Let's do another one. Or, whoops. Hold on. That was a 10 of Wands that fell on the floor, but I'm going to keep shuffling and see if that want to come back out. Because that could represent what's over. It teaches like something about, it's setting the example. Having two people in that King of Wands energy is setting the example of trying to force a narrative that doesn't quite fit. Like, oh, I hate that I got to go to this desk job. When really you should be out building a nonprofit organization or something. something real dope and creative. Or I should be home creating clothes or whatever it is that you do. I don't know, but whatever it is, being a photographer. I see French language, French people. Eight of Cups. See, yeah, that Ten of Wands was there because the Eight of Cups is walking away from or walking towards what makes you happy, what drives you, what makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. Something that's more authentically you, that's true to yourself. And that's what this couple is doing for the community, especially with the King of Wands there. I hear they're putting families back together. I hear they have their own world. It's like another continent. It's like the eighth continent of the world. The way they're being marketed is crazy. It draws people in because they have that dark, ominous, creative, intense, draw you in, irresistible, and they travel the world with it too. They're public speakers. Both of them are mass communicators in different ways, on different platforms, but they both do the same things. With the Emperor here, you doing something more authentically you, like any project that you pushed aside thinking that you didn't have time, or your workspace is just eating, what you have to do for survival is eating up with more of your time, so you can't do what's passionate, what feels passionate to you. Well, I'm here to tell you, block that, walk away from that. If you align with what is more authentically you, this is the status it's going to take you to. And you can't tell nobody. Move in silence. Okay? Go within. Whoops. Go within. Start from within and work your way out. Only do what makes you feel good. And be virtuous about it with the Three of Wands. This business set, like, to be an emperor is going to take time. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. Oh, that lover, whoever of you who just have like that passionate sexual relationship, whether it's somebody you're with or not, that counterpart, be patient. Take it nice and slow, but make it intense. There's a lot of fire energy on this board. I see children, obviously with the Emperor there, and the King of Wands. I'm being told to tell you, with the High Priestess here, don't put it on the internet that you're pregnant. Don't tell nobody you're pregnant. Enjoy it. You're being called to enjoy it, because it's a test. It's a spiritual lesson with this child. So how I'm hearing it is you're called to fast from certain things, like being all over social media, socializing with people who are not the brightest, at least standing next to you. No disrespect, but it's not about them being dumb. It's just about where you're at and where you're going. And it's not meant for you to share that with everybody. Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Cups. King of Wands again. Eight of Wands. New car. Successful online platform. Passionate sex, multiple orgasms, in love with yourself and with someone else. Teammates, Three of Pentacles on the bottom with the Wheel of Fortune. Six of Swords with the Nine of Cups. Exactly. Retreat. You're my tranquil. You're my inner peace. The Devil. Pray. Ponder. Always recite your prayers. Keeps the devil out. Queen of Wands as a counterpart. And Five of Pentacles. If you're not careful, this is another message. Make sure you're balancing your spiritual practice with, don't be too tyranny. Don't be too extreme with it. You can offset. Wait a minute. Balance out your responsibilities with your spiritual practice, meaning like your relationship with God or however way it resonates, with your newfound success in business, Ten of Pentacles, because it'll offset you. It can trigger and create instabilities. Like, don't be too extreme one way or the other. You got Five of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. I'm told if you want to keep it, keep stuff off the internet, certain stuff. Your children, your next great idea. It's like once it's done, then you market it accordingly. Although you're passionate and you got a lot of youthful energy and it's a lot of fun, wish fulfillment here, you're called to be introverted about it with the High Priestess and the Hermit here. You're called to be mature about it. The King and the Queen, the King of Wands is here twice. And then you have the Queen of Wands is here too as the counterpart. So that does speak to you and your counterpart, how y'all match, y'all each other's wish fulfillment, y'all each other's tranquil. Y'all speak to each other respectfully. Like it's a lot of tranquility that comes when y'all speak to each other. Mental intrigue, clairvoyancy. What was that other one? Brilliant beliefs. Yeah, I'm told rescue your life from a lifetime of boredom. That's like the go-to thing that everybody does when they get on. They put it all over. It's like you open yourself up for eins and jinns and just negativity. Tenderness, true love, compassion, sacred action, decisive focus. It takes away from your craft when you act juvenile about your newfound success. Healing the earth. Something about you being in this position, the power to give and receive healing. It's reciprocatory. A lot of darker practicing, like the High Priestess, the King of Wands, Queen of Wands is here. Other witches, not that y'all are one, y'all more religious, but the way you market yourself, it's going to attract other people who practice witchcraft. You're going to a lot of people who practice witchcraft are going to gravitate to you because of your innate wisdom, your knowledge, your intellect, and just the way you carry it, the way you're marketing yourself and your brand. You're making your whole lifestyle a brand, which is ironically, which is public enough. That's why it's saying don't brag about anything on the internet. Just use the internet for business purposes only. Like, your social media platform is a tool for marketing your business. Use it strictly for that. And get off of it when it comes to personal matters. And don't respond to people saying personal things against you or about you. and have a separate page for your family. Don't even use the social media for your family because it's a portal for people to come in and put irons to get you to let your guard down. You two are a garment for each other. It means y'all are covering for each other. Y'all protect each other. Open heart, open in the heart, deep connections, water blessings. Yeah, people are going to gravitate to you in a way where they feel like they know you, like they live in the house with you. And that's okay. It's just you're being called to learn from everybody who came before you. I'm seeing big name stars that keep their marriage, so you know that they're married, but they keep their family life extremely private. You're called to do the same. Actually, intuitively speaking, you two have mature conversations about this kind of stuff, and the sacredcy, the friendship, we just want to enjoy each other. We share so much of ourselves with the world that we just want to enjoy each other. It actually is a natural thing. It goes without having to be explained with this couple. That's how they when asked how do you stay in love, they explained, they reiterated like that. They articulated like that. And it's always in patience and friendship. Because you have to realize two people are still individually figuring themselves out, and they're learning and growing as they experience in life with each other as well as separately, because we all have our own free will. We all have our own journey to complete in order to show up, in order to show up for someone else, in order to have a life with somebody else. So when they come together, they're together. The world does not invite it. I hear them saying, so should we have a televised wedding? We can have a big wedding, but it doesn't necessarily have to be televised. We can have articles written about it. Like it can be real creative and our way, like a gift, a token of gratitude for everyone who supports the business. It's okay to have like articles written on it or be featured. One of them is ruling out cameras being present, but is okay with articles being written about their life, about their experience. They don't like to use the word life because they're still alive. They're still living. It's like saying life is like saying past tense, like the person's already transitioned out of here. So they say experience in place of the word life. And they work from home. Their house is set up where they have a big part of it is their professional space for their craft, for their work. Art exhibit pieces. They painters, writers, mass communicators. That's what I'm hearing. I hear 12 months to 10 million, but you write 10, the numeric term 10, and spell the word million with the $sign in front of it. A 10 million intuitive hit. Oh, that may be what I name this video. They're each other's rock. Royalty. They put royalty as loyalty and rock together. Royalty. We're each other's rock. We solid foundation. The solid foundation with each other. It took 7 years, 10 years total, 7 years to establish the solid foundation, 10 years to not just have the relationship, but the friendship is established, but so is the brand. And leading up to it, they were always quiet and to themselves. They kept to themselves to build it. So they just came out of, it's like they came out of nowhere with all this money? Like, where did y'all get all this critically acclaimed success? Like, where did that come from? It makes people feel like that. All right. And it's all a part of their spiritual journey. These are really tools to embark on their spiritual journey. So to them, it's like, I'm just doing my job. But to other people, they're starstruck. Like, y'all have everything. Loyalty. SITA is about her loyalty. And that's how they explain it. Look how royal she looks. She looks one way, but she's real humble. You know, she's just a loving person. Bhakti. That's on the bottom. Intuition. Transformation. You see the butterflies? So it talks about the process is never easy, the difficulty. That nobody ever sees the blood, sweat, and tears of it, but that was the work. That loyalty is their foundation is based off being each other's rock. Crystals. We nickname each other our favorite crystals. That's what the rocks are. So they're adding more sentimental value, you know, to their friendship, you know, and all these coins and stuff. Like, oh, look at that. A lot of people do it like that. They just don't speak on it. That's the key. Especially with the high priestess and the hermit here. And you have loyalty. I'm going to further amplify on Bhakti. Just a second. I hear classical music. That's also about devotion. You can't make this shit up. Like, loyalty and devotion. That's why I keep seeing Sex in the City. Those girls are each other's rock. And those guys were just nice, cute guys that they just had fun with. Or fun guys. Just people to just enjoy as they pass the time by. But they were each other's soulmates, kindreds. You know, you have begun walking on a path of devotion. It's about devoting yourself to something greater than yourself, your body, your possessions, or your desires. So contrary to what SITA looks like on that picture with all them diamonds and gold and stuff and royalty, like she looks very expensive, right? But the highest value is the devotion. You know, devoting the dedication is to the Most High. Now it's time to ask yourself, you know, what does divinity mean to me? When do I feel close to divine? Questions like that. So when you're meditating and you're praying to God and you're offering service to those in need, you're building a community and spending time in nature, it's an ecstasy that comes with what they do. That's why they're king and queen of wands. They're firecrackers. But they're passionate. They're super spiritual, super creative. They use their power to create instead of causing mass destruction. It's about the bliss of devoting yourself to the Most High to stay connected to your higher self, your higher to spirit. You embody those characteristic traits by healing and growing your spirit. That's how I heard it. Okay. And that's vintage. That's some of my slang terminology. I keep saying vintage. I just love the word vintage right now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share it, watch it back, play it back, create a playlist. Okay? Until next time.